actually woke up this morning and I thought, I'm 32 years old, right? And I feel fitter than I've ever felt.
So do I.
And how old are you?
I am 70, looking good, feeling good. And boy, you know what? I've coined a new phrase. We don't get older, or at least I don't. I'm the on-young.
On-young?
U-N, young. That means I'm not young anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just on-young.
But your soul is youthful. How have you managed to preserve your energy? Because it's infectious.
You know what? Maya Angelou, the great poet, said, people may forget what you did. They may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. And I've always adopted that because I believe that if I can make people feel good every time they see me, if they want to smile, they want to say hello and don't want to beat my face in, then I'm onto something. Whereas I think a lot of people, especially celebrities, they get famous and they forget where they come from. So they don't smile at people and make time for them. And I do, because you get so much back.
You do. It's all about that energy exchange.
Yeah, the positive energy.
Oh, yeah. And you've got it in abundance.
Oh, man.
Now, take me back to the start of your career. Because you didn't start in fitness. You started your career in gas engineering.
Well, listen, the thing is, right, every single one of us, we're not sure where we're going to go in our lives. Very few people leave school and go, I'm going to become this, and they become it. What we do is we make decisions based on necessity. And my necessity was, I was a single parent at age 22. Yeah. So therefore, I had to think, how am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to look after my daughter? Right? And so any jobs I had in those days was necessity. It was the only way in which I could ensure that she ate. And there were times when it was tough, I tell you, Amy. There were times when, in fact, we were in the homeless family unit where we were sharing a kitchen with 3 or 4 families, bedroom, right? We didn't have much furniture. But I kept believing that if I kept working hard, eventually good things would come about. And that first job I ever had was with the East Midlands Gas Board, 500 people working in an office all on one level. And underneath was a computer room. That's how big it used to be in those days. Nowadays, you can get that computer room capacity on a small little...
That is wild. Where does that belief come from, right? Because a lot of people will see the career that you've emulated and your success. And as someone that is so successful, initially it's quite hard to connect to. Yeah. So in those moments when you were starting out and you had your vision, where did the belief come from? Because not everybody has that.
No. Well, I mean, the thing is, you know, as I say, necessity was the first driving force. The second thing is recognizing and seizing opportunities. And there's no saying opportunity knocks at your door whilst disappointment leans on your doorbell, which means you've got to be listening out for the knock. And for me, it was walking into a leisure center where I used to go and do karate 2 or 3 times a week and hearing a noise coming from the corridor. Yeah. I walked down the corridor and I looked through this little glass area on the door and there were all these ladies doing pop mobility, they call it.
I remember that in the 90s. My mum did a bit of that.
Right.
What was it like? Box or something? No.
Well, no, because in the 80s, right, it was pop mobility. No one else. There was no qualifications.
I think I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah.
I was born in the 90s. just keeping you.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, you're just reminding yourself, right, that you're still young. No, and so I was transfixed. It's one of those light bulb moments. You think to yourself, I like what I'm seeing. Yeah. I could do that. How was I going to do it? I didn't know. And so after a month of going in there and watching all these ladies, they must have thought he was a dirty, lecherous brute, right? Because I was sitting at the back of the room.
Only guy?
Only guy there, all women dressed in, they had ankle warmers, right, leg warmers, right, tight. And I was at the back, transfixed, totally.
Yeah,
and I kept going back. And so what I decided to do was to set up my own classes. And I saw 2 ladies at the front and I said to both of them, would you mind running some classes for me? Set up my first exercise class in Neasden. The classes got popular. And after a month of them teaching the classes, I thought I could do this. So I kicked them out. And I started doing my own classes called Derek's Classes. Doesn't have the same ring as Mr. Motivator, does it?
I was going to say, do many people call you Derek?
Anyone calls me Derek in a crowd, they're either well rehearsed. In other words, they've been doing a lot of research and know my name. Otherwise, it's always Mote, Motivator. Oi, Are you that bloke off the telly?
I like Mote. I think I'm going to call you Mote.
Yeah, but
So,
I've got the strap line for Mote.
Okay.
I want to be Prime Minister. It's going to be vote for Mote.
Do you reckon you could be Prime Minister at 70?
Hey, listen, why not?
Yeah.
Come on, look at me.
Believe
I mean, look at me. Come on. I mean, no way. Am I anything? Good morning, good afternoon, good day.
Good morning.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, why not? In fact, if I was Prime Minister, the first thing I would do, every single MP, every morning, would have to get up and set an example to the country by moving their body.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
It's true, it fuels you.
Of course it does.
You're
Sets me up.
thriving.
I know.
What did you do this morning?
30-minute workout with thousands of people on TikTok and on Instagram. And it was just great. And
We've
you know
got
what?
a 70-year-old transfixing and transcending
Moving
the
his
youth
body.
audience of TikTok.
You're looking at me with love in your eye. I can tell.
If you
How are you? Give me 5 here.
If you know, you know. I love that. Right, take me back to
Okay.
the exercise classes because, first of all, I want to know how that expanded
Yeah.
into today and the outfits.
Okay.
Were you wearing? Did you have one of those?
No. When I
Because my
started.
mum had one of those, like the thong
Why,
ones.
a thong for a male? Don't forget, we're called unitards. It's not,
Yeah, okay.
it's not, leotard.
Not,
Right.
yeah.
But that didn't come along until much later on because what happened was I started doing the classes that got really popular. I had to move into a school hall, which is bigger.
Yeah.
We used to get 120 people on a Tuesday evening crowded into this class. People travel for 15, 20 miles. The popularity of these classes spread.
Yeah.
And I had a call out of the blue from Gloria Honeyford's people on Sunday, saying, listen, would you like to come on television and do some exercise for us? Which I did. I went on, did some exercise. At the end of it, she said, I'd love you to come and train me. So I said yes, not realizing she lived in Kent. I was in Northwest London. It's an hour-and-a-half journey every day.
Oh, wow.
But I did it.
3 hours on the commute.
Yeah, I did it. And the reason, I don't know why I did it, but obviously there was something fueling me and the opportunity just rose and rose. And from there, it just became something that was the norm for me to train her. And then she spread the word to other people. And before, again, here I am, I was being invited to a Chris Tarrant show.
Wow.
Being filmed in
Hit
Manchester.
The big time.
Yeah, and on the airplane going north, who was on that airplane? Eamon Holmes, right, the Green Goddess. There was also Mad Lizzie, all people I grew up with. Eamon said to me, are you the bloke that trained Gloria Honeyford? Of course I am. Would you like to come and do me? And that's how it began.
way.
That's the way it started happening. Isn't that amazing?
That is.
And then, so
mad.
life is a series of dominoes. Every
Yeah.
decision we make, and that's why we should never be afraid to make a decision. Because the moment you make a decision, it opens up doors the other way. Lots of people, before they make a decision, they're going, well, what happens if it doesn't work out? You've got to believe in yourself that it will work out, and you make a decision. Once you've done it, believe that, if you're in deep water, that you're going to come to the top.
I've got one for you.
Yeah, go on then.
You talk about belief.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a period where you've really questioned your belief and been in doubt about something that has worked for you?
You know what? I've never been that because I honestly believe that if I work hard, if I'm caring and kind, then amazing things will happen in my life. But also, you can't do it alone. They say if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. So I've always kind of kept around me people who actually are more like generators.
Yeah.
And they actually make me feel good. Too many of us in our lives have baggages. And those baggages are people who are vacuum cleaners. They suck the very oxygen out the room,
They
right?
suck the guts out of you.
Oh yeah, totally.
I've,
So surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up and make you feel good.
It's interesting that because I think sort of off the back of lockdown
Yeah.
myself, I learned a lot about the importance of the people that surround you. And
Yeah.
you are truly a product of your environment.
Oh, for sure. And you'll attract, if you're negative, you're going to attract negative people. I say, listen, we've all got people who are maybe close to the edge, who have lots of situations they're dealing with. So they come to you because they see your positivity, your energy. They want some of that. But don't let them in your house.
No.
Because the moment you let them in, they will leave feeling good. And all of a sudden, you're looking at your relationship, what you have, and you're going,
It's
are we
literally
okay?
like this. It's like zap.
Oh, yeah,
It's
totally.
mad. We're
Don't
going
you?
in.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of the
Oh,
naked
yeah.
eggs.
So meet them down the road, meet them at the pub, and that way you can both leave through that front door and go home to a better place
On your own time.
on
right?
your own time.